day two, of self-isolation. God, it's so boring. It's just difficult to get through the day. I've had a nap in the middle of the day. I was up most of the night last night. I think I must have woken up at 10 a.m. in the morning and then back in bed by 12. It's just hard to find things to do. Even this afternoon at 9 o'clock, I've done a lot of spring cleaning in my room. I still haven't put everything back, to be fair. But it's boring. Before I get into what we're going to go on today, I want to address my little coronavirus mask, because a lot of people complain because it's like, how does that work? Because the tissue was everywhere. So I'm just going to do it properly for you now, so you can see exactly how it's done. You just want to cross it around the back here and then tie it up, and you can see already it covers my mouth and my nose, and bit of tissue stuck in there to stop me breathing everywhere and coughing all over the communal areas in my house. You know, it's just about being considerate to others. You know, there's a lot of inconsiderate people out there in the world, but you know, I don't know any of them, so I'm lucky that way. But it's about everyone else. You know, this doesn't help me in any way. It stops me spreading to other people, and that's what it's about. You just got to make sure that this whole social distancing thing, you're adhering to the guidelines, because it is about others, it's not about you. You know, most people can just survive getting a little bit sick. It's about the elderly and those vulnerable people. When they get the virus, they're the ones that are really at risk. So I'm I'm sitting here with my cough, but I'm not gonna die. So that's what all of that's about. So it's a case of I'm self-isolating. I haven't actually spoken to any of my housemates yet. I've told them that I'm self-isolating, but I haven't actually spoken to any of them. But if I pass anything on to them, if I have anything, which I don't think I do, but if I pass something on to them and they can go see someone and they pass it on, you know, these are how these pandemics are produced. So it's just about being considerate. Another thing I just want to touch on briefly: government announcements today. Oh my God, amazing efforts on behalf of the government. I think you know, 80% of your wage guaranteed by the government. I know that's helping a lot of people. My close members of my family have been put on unpaid leave for up to 2 months, and they were really worried about what they're how they're going to move forwards. But you know, that's a huge blanket for them and anybody in that situation. So well done to the government on that one. You know, it could have been announced a little bit earlier. Of course, I've got to complain about something. I'm English, for after all. But you know, pat on the back to Boris Johnson there, really. You know, I'm not his biggest fan, but he's done the right thing. And really what I wanted to talk to you about is things you can actually do in this really boring isolation, whether you're held up alone like I am, or if your whole house is on lockdown, and things you can do together. And one of the things I've been doing, you know, aside from binging Netflix, which, to be fair, I binged everything on Netflix before I went into self-isolation, so I've really got nothing to watch. And you know, there's YouTube and there's social media, and all the brilliant coronavirus memes are all amazing. But things you can do if you've done all of that already, which I already have. I'm only 2 days in, not a full 48 hours in, only 2 days in. But you know, pick up a book, for God's sakes. I've been reading a lot today, a lot last night, as I've been up all night as well. And I've been writing as well, which I've really enjoyed. You know, pen to paper is just beautiful. Just writing for myself, you know, a little bit of poetry, a couple of things I'll be sharing with some family members. Another great thing to do, because you might not realize it, but the entire country is in the same situation, and everyone just seems to have a little bit more time on their hands. And I've just realized, probably haven't spoken to my auntie Jacqueline for 3 to 4 months. So I was speaking to her briefly a little bit earlier, and yesterday I was speaking to a cousin I haven't spoken to in months, and couple of friends I've been catching up with. You know, get in contact with people, you know, that you know and love, and want to spend time with you. These people love you too. And keep in contact, you know, because we go about our day-to-day lives, and you know, by the end of the day, I'm so exhausted. I'm not thinking, oh, I need to call my auntie and see and checking on her. So it's a bit of an eye-opener having all this time to myself again, and then seeing what I'm actually doing in my life. So big eye opener. It's actually, to an extent, it's therapeutic. I don't know if I'll still feel that way tomorrow and the next couple of days, because as I say, you just got to keep yourself busy. I've done myself a little workout routine while I'm here in the room, because I used to go swimming, but I can't be going swimming at the moment, especially, and I've had this cough for about 3 to 4 weeks. I haven't been swimming for a few weeks. I've done myself a little workout routine, you know, just a little spacing just to keep myself active, because you got to look after yourself. You got to stay healthy to an extent. You know, I've been eating a little bit of takeaway. I was looking behind me to make sure I hadn't left it there. I put it in the bin already. But you know, you've got to stay healthy. Try eat healthy, try work out and keep yourself active. And you have to socialize. You have to socialize. Social distancing isn't about distancing yourself socially from people, just in terms of actual physical distance away from people. You don't have to cut yourself off from the world, which is one of the reasons I'm making these videos. So do make sure you contact your friends and keep in contact with people, especially if you're self-isolating or if you're at home. Just remember, everyone else is in the same situation, and everyone wants to chat. So give me a chat. See you later.